Hello young musicians, it's music time and I'm your maestro for today, Sir Ariel. I'm going to teach you how to read simple musical notations in the key of C major, F major, and G major. And at the end of this module, you are expected to know reading simple musical notations and able to perform vocally and instrumentally by using the key of C major, F major, and G major. But let's have a short review first. Try to answer this. Identify the key signature. Now let's have a brief discussion with our new lesson on how to read simple notations in the key of C major, F major, and G major. All major scales are composed of the following patterns of tones: whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. Let's take a look at the written C major scale. Well, it has no sharps or flats. It would also be played solely on the white keys of a keyboard, just like this one. Here's an example of a song in a key of C major. There are also other examples of songs in the key of C, just like this one, and this, and that, and that, and many more. Well, almost all nursery rhymes. Now, let's take a look at the F major scale. The F major scale is based on F, with the pitches F, G, A, B flat, C, D, and E. Its key signature has one flat and is placed on the third line, which is now B flat instead of B. Its relative minor is D minor and its parallel minor is F minor. F major scale utilizes flat in order to maintain the tonic interval pattern of a major scale. An example of a folk song in the key of F major is this one. What are these key signatures? Well, they are sharps and flats placed or seen before the time signature. Have a look at this. G major and E minor has one sharp compared to other scales like C sharp major, which has 7 sharps. Let's take a look at G major scale. A major scale that utilizes one sharp is the key of G major. I'll show you the scale of G major. The first note is on G. Then one whole step to A, whole step to B, half step to C, whole step to D, whole step to E, half step to F, and then whole step to G. Can you sing the folk song Leron Leron Sinta? I'll play the accompaniment of the song and you try to sing with it. Can you do that? Here we go. The major scale is probably the most familiar and easily recognizable of all diatonic scales. If you were to play all the white notes on the piano keyboard, starting on C, you'll not only play a major scale, but also a diatonic scale. It is the easiest way to read notations. Now, are you ready for an activity? Okay, let's start with our first activity. I want you to identify the scales and the different key signatures that are used on the following songs. Number 1, Leron, Leron, Sinta. Number 2, Happy Birthday. And number 3, Amazing Grace. Now let's move on to our next activity. Be ready with your pencil and paper. You can also use your notebook. Listen very closely. Construct the following scales on the staff. Remember the interval pattern of whole step and half step of the major scale. I'll show you the piano keyboard. It will serve as your guide. I will give you the rubrics for this activity. This will be the criteria of our rubrics. Number 1, the key signature is illustrated correctly. Number 2, the scale is constructed correctly. Number 3, the output is neat. 4, the totality of the work shows confidence. Mastery of the lesson is evident. You will be scored from excellent, which is 5 points, very good, 4 points, good, 3 points, fair, 2 points, needs improvement, 1 point, and what? There is no 0. Just kidding. I don't give zeros because you are special. So that's it, kiddos. Always remember that the key of C does not have any flats or sharps. The F major scale has one flat and the major scale has one sharp. Key signatures are the group of sharps and flats seen before the time signature. The major scales follow the WS, WS, HS, WS, 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 HS interval pattern. But before I go, I will give you a homework. It's basically an assignment. I want you to answer this one in your notebook. What is the purpose of learning different kinds of key major scales? That's all for today, kiddos. I hope to see you again on our next lesson. This is your maestro, Sir Aryo, saying, everything will end, but never the music. Bye.